It's good to see you. Today I'm starting a whole new series for you guys. It's actually a 20-part series, and it's going to be available in the playlist over on the side. I'll put a link in the description so you can actually click that, take you to the playlist, and work your way through those 20 lessons. But it's going to go from very beginner, from the guitarist that's just picking this up for the first time, all the way up to intermediate stuff like music theory, modes, that kind of stuff. Okay, and it's going to gradually work you through those. So it's kind of like a simple progression for someone that wants to get into guitar and work their way through. Of course, if you're already a beginner or intermediate and you want to jump to some of those things, you'll be able to. But I'll be laying them out a few every couple of days. We'll be getting them until it's all 20 are posted. Okay, so today the first lesson is going to be called the guitar anatomy. Like I said, this is for the very beginner guitarist. If you've never picked a guitar up, you're just picking one up for the first time. I'm going to go over some basic stuff for you. All right. So I've got an acoustic guitar here. I'll show you an electric in a minute. So basic things you need to know is you've got these here. You got your machine heads and the tuner. These are tuners, so you can tune your guitar. You tighten them or loosen the string to tune a string. Which my next lesson on this series will be how to tune the guitar, so we'll get to that. But these are your tuners. This is your headstock, all right? This is the head of the guitar, this part right here. You've got your strings. This one, of course, is acoustic with 6 strings. There's 7, there's 8. There's a multitude of different types of guitars, but the majority of them are 6 strings. Some are, you have a 12, which has octaves, and we're not going to get into that, but majority of your guitar is going to have 6 strings. You've got your fretboard, which is right here with all the frets. Now, these metal bars, these are your frets. All right, so this is first fret, second fret, third, and this is the whole fretboard all together, all right, which is on the neck of the guitar. This is your neck. This is the body, this whole thing. You've got your bridge down here, all right, a little saddle underneath it. And then on an acoustic, you have a sound hole. As the strings vibrate, the sound comes out of the hole, and that's what projects the sound out. Electric guitar doesn't have that. They're amplified with pickups, which I'll get to in a minute. All right. And this one is an acoustic electric, so you've got some options on here for equalizers, volume. Some have tuners built in. There's a variety of them. But the basics are, you've got your head, neck, body. You've got this is your nut up here. This is where the strings actually contact the guitar after the tuning. They're contacted here, and then the saddle down here at the bridge, and that's what gives you the length from this point to this point. They don't touch anything until you fret a position. Okay. And then, like I said, I'll get to the tuning in the next video. I mean, that's pretty much the anatomy of an acoustic guitar. Like I said, you get your sound hole. This is a pick guard. If you ever hear pick guard, as you're strumming, that pick's gonna pick here. When you're strumming, it protects the wood. So you're not. If you've ever seen Willie Nelson's guitar, there, trigger, I think he calls it. Yeah, trigger. He's got a giant hole worn out here from the pick, and his fingernails catching that and pulling away at it. And that's what that's just a pick guard. It protects it. Some guitars have this is a cutaway right here for getting up into this area. It's a lot easier to put your hand there as opposed to a body that's made here. This is a cutaway. All right, so some basic terms on a guitar. Let me show you an electric now. Okay, so here we have an electric guitar. It's a little dirty. This is one I painted myself and rebuilt. But similar concept, obviously. You have your tuners up here. You've got a head. There's a nut right here where the strings contact the guitar. You've got your frets, fretboard, neck, same thing. You got your body of the guitar. You got a bridge down here where the strings make contact at the other end, and most electrics are adjustable. You can change the length of the string by moving them back and forth. You can also raise them up and down to change what's called action, how high the strings sit off the neck of the guitar. And the difference you're going to see, obviously, is there's no hole in this. This is an electric guitar. The sound is amplified from the vibration by these pickups, all right? And there's a variety. You can have 1 pickup, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's a huge variety, different models and whatnot. This is a Strat style guitar, but it doesn't have the typical 1 pickup here. It's actually got a double humbucker, which is a little more rare. You don't see that a lot in these. But as the string's vibrating over these magnetic poles, there's coils of wire in these pickups, picks up the vibration, and it actually magnifies that sound through an amplifier. I don't want to get too deep in how the guitar works, but it's using these pickups to actually create the sound from the string vibrating over these poles. You have an electric selector switch. The purpose of this is to change which pickup you want to use. On a Strat style like this guitar, when it's all the way down, you're using what's called a bridge pickup. It's closest to the bridge. This would be the neck pickup. It's closest to the neck. Okay. So if I have this all the way down, you can see all the way down, I'm using this pickup. You got volume knobs, tone knobs, and this guitar has one volume knob which controls all the pickups, and it has two tone knobs. And typically, depending on the style of guitar, you might have a tone knob for each pickup. You may have one that's shared. On a Strat style, usually that bottom pickup, it's just a bright tone. It has its own tone knob. The other ones for the other two, they're some of them you really can't adjust. It depends on the guitar. All right, and if I went up all the way up, then I'm using the neck pickup. If I go to the middle, I'm using just the middle. And there's, of course, 5 positions you can actually use in between. I can click it here and use these two, or I can click it between those and use these two. You can't use them all at once on this one. But that's what that does. It allows you to choose the different pickups. Like typically a neck pickup has a warmer tone. The bridge pickup has a brighter tone for soloing. All right, there's a variation. Like I said, combination you can use. It all depends on the sound you're going for. All right. And I'll have an input jack. This one's right here, somewhere down here, where you plug it into your amp or foot pedals to your amp and whatever sounds you want to get. And on the back of an electric, there's where the neck's bolted on. There is, on this one, you can adjust, it's a floating bridge, so you can adjust the springs in there to change the tension on it. And that's pretty much it. That's the anatomy of the guitar. Like I said, this is the electric, that was the acoustic. And that's just some basic terms for what the guitar has. So when you're talking to someone, they tell you, the 5th fret, this is, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th fret. So this box right here is your 5th fret. All right, and I'll get to explaining fingering and all that on the frets and positions and what all that means down the road. Like I said, this is just the anatomy in terms of the guitar. So that's lesson 1. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. We're going to be talking about how to tune your guitar. So we'll see you then.